Sergej Sumlenny from Berlin. He's the founder and co-director of the European Resilience Initiative Centre. Sergej, thank you very much indeed for your time. So perhaps no coincidence then that this attack has taken place on the eve of that huge NATO summit. But do you think perhaps that it may backfire on Vladimir Putin? It may well incentivise Ukraine's leaders to provide even more military support.
Yeah, hello, and thank you for having invited me today. Indeed, it's a terrible tragedy. The last data which we have, 13 people killed only in Kiev, 41 wounded, another 30 people killed in other cities of Ukraine, Dnipro, Pokrovsk, other cities, barrage of 14 missiles, absolutely unimaginable tragedy. And we need to stress that this hospital is one of the only hospitals in Ukraine which can cure children's cancer. So parents bring their children there who suffer from cancer in a hope they will be healed there. And this hospital was hit by a Russian missile. We have seen the footage. There was no air defense working on that missile. The missile was flying into the hospital absolutely without any interference. It's a tragedy. So why Russia is doing it? Because I believe it reflects the Russian pattern. They want to demonstrate their strength. They want to demonstrate their will to continue this war. They want to show, we don't care about your summits. We don't care about what you do. We will continue hitting Ukraine and you will do us nothing. It's a poor power demonstration. And as always, it comes after promises of a sort of peace. Like Viktor Orban was visiting Moscow a couple of days ago and was stating that he was brought peace solution from Putin. And once again, Ukraine has been hit. It's a typical Putin's game, making some very nebulous and unclear statement, proposal of some negotiations, and then hitting Ukraine hard.
Yes, and Viktor Orban, let's talk about him a little bit more. His visit to China, where he's presumably pushing forward a Ukraine peace plan. He's also going to go to Washington to that NATO summit. But regardless of Hungary having the rotating EU presidency, doesn't his close relationship with Vladimir Putin count as a huge conflict of interest?
Of course it is, and nobody knows in what capacity he visited Kiev 4 days ago. He visited Moscow. Was the capacity of temporary president among European nations, or was it a capacity European nations which stand on Ukraine's side according to international law, protecting a victim of aggression, or in capacity of the head of Hungarian state, whose foreign minister constantly and permanently visits Moscow and cooperates with Russia much more than any other European state. So this is a very double capacity. Now he's in China, saying that it is peace talks 3.0. But you have raised a very important question. Will it backfire on Moscow? I hope so, because in all previous attempts of Vladimir Putin to put NATO under pressure and to reach some sort of a deal for him, it all backfired. Just remember, when Russia started to mass bomb Ukrainian power grids and power stations and started to mass bomb Kharkiv early March this year, it backfired that much that the Western countries, the US and Germany and France, allowed Ukraine to use Western weapons to hit Russian sovereign territory across the border in Kharkiv to protect 1 million inhabitant city of Kharkiv, second largest city of Ukraine, against Russian strikes from just across the border. Kharkiv is just 40 kilometers from Russia's border, which made it a perfect target for Russian strikes. So I think that today it can also backfire. But once again, Vladimir Putin doesn't see any other end of this war as destruction of Ukraine. That's why for him, independently of the risk of backfiring, there is no other choice except of increasing pressure on Ukraine, except of killing more people in Ukraine and blackmailing practically Ukraine with the death of Ukrainian children.
Sergej, we'll have to leave it there, but we do thank you for coming on the programme. Sergej Sumlenny there. Thank you very much indeed.